Afternoon and welcome to SuperScreen News at 12. I am Olamide Onka. The federal government has revealed that friendly countries and international organizations negotiated the release of the Dapchi school girls. Report says 105 girls have been released a month after they were abducted by Boko Haram to their parents in Dapchi, Yobe State. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has called for an investigation into the abduction and the release, which they described as being stage-managed. The PDP members also called for the release of the report of the probe panel instituted by the government to unravel the circumstances that surrounded the abduction of the girls. The federal government, however, accused the opposition party of plumbing the depths of infamy for saying the abduction and release of the Dapchi schoolgirls was stage-managed. The Minister of Information, Culture, Lai Mohammed, who disclosed this in a statement, said such statement portrays the PDP as inhuman, insensitive, and unworthy party. Meanwhile, Nigerians have been reacting to the release of the Dapchi girls. In an interview with SuperScreen television, most respondents expressed the view that the kidnapped girls and the release of the Dapchi girls have a political undertone.
There's in-house manipulation because we keep pumping money into the security outfit, yet there are loopholes. So probably there was underground information that the army and police should leave the security posts so that they can strike, and at the end of the day money can change hand. Then the so-called APC can now later bring back those girls to show us that in the previous regime they could not recover all the Chibok girls that were taken away for years. But for them now, these all games, they can't be playing with people's life, children's future, the future of tomorrow with games.
Actually, if you see the way the abduction was done, you will think maybe there is a foul play, because I see no reason why such a thing will happen in a community with this technology in the town now, that everybody, even an housemaid, is having a phone and nobody can get in touch with the government authority. And this deal was done quietly, without any attack, no opposition. So that means it's an arrangement made by these people, the people there the community, the villagers must be involved, because it's not going to be easy for someone to just come from outside and raided the school, and they went successfully, no attack, no shouting, nothing. So that's the way I see it.
It's political, to be very sincere, because according to Amnesty International, we also heard that the army were tipped off, they were informed about the likelihood of Boko Haram invading that area, and nothing was done. So I feel it's very political. I think there are some things the government actually not telling us, and maybe with time we'll find out. There's nothing that can actually be hidden.
The federal government would pass the 2018 budget on April 24th this year. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, who disclosed this, said committees of the House are expected to have turned in their reports on the 2018 appropriation bill by April 19. The decision is coming less than a week after both Dogara and Senate President Bukola Saraki met behind closed doors with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa Abuja. Spokesperson of the House, Abdulrazak Namdez, had blamed the non-implementation of the 2017 budget, as well as the alleged refusal by heads of some ministries, departments and agencies to defend the 2018 budgetary proposals as reason for the delay and the passage of the budget. The leadership of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has resolved to constitute a committee to look into the differences between the executive and the National Assembly and prefer solutions on the matter. The resolution, according to the leader of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, is the fallout of a meeting between the National Working Committee of the party and the APC caucus in the Senate held in Abuja. Lawan, who disclosed this, said after the meeting, the membership of the committee would be drawn from the executive, legislature, the Governors Forum, and the party's national secretariat. He said the team is charged with the responsibility of reducing the level of misunderstanding amongst the members of the party across boards. The federal government has applied to the Federal High Court in Abuja to temporarily seize some properties belonging to the Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu over his alleged failure to declare his assets to the Code of Conduct Bureau. 9 of the Ekwuremadu's targeted properties are said to be in Abuja, 2 of them in London, the United Kingdom, 8 in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, and 3 in Florida, the United States. The Okoye-Bono Oblast Special Presidential Investigation Panel for the Recovery of Public Properties said in an expert application filed on behalf of the federal government before the court that Ekweremadu failed to declare the said reports, properties in his assets declaration forms dated June 1, 2007 and June 1, 2015. Armed bandits believed to be herdsmen have attacked a military camp in Doka community in Birnin-Gwari local government of Kaduna State, where they opened fire on the soldiers who were sleeping, killing 11 in the process. The report says the soldiers were on special operations in Birnin-Gwari local government area of Kaduna State. The bandits were said to have carried out the attack to avenge the killing of their leader, known as Buhari Shoho, in crossfire with security men in Zamfara State 2 weeks ago. According to an anonymous source, the bandits attacked the soldiers' camp between 8 and 9 p.m., killing 3 soldiers in the hole and 9 others in the camp, making 12 casualties in total. Security specialists called on Nigerians to be more security conscious and work with constituted authorities to curtail insecurity in the nation. This advice was given at the International Institute of Professional Security, IIPS, at the induction held in Lagos State. Details in this report.
Security is the business of all. As a result, all hands must be on deck to ensure that the nation, Nigeria, is safe. This was the submission of security specialists present at the 12th annual membership induction of the Institute of Professional Security, IIPS.
The world has changed tremendously, especially within the last 5 years, that security is the #1 issue all over the world, from America to China to Nigeria to South Africa to everywhere. And therefore, you are in a field, a system that is very important. The challenges we are facing, if you remove Boko Haram and terrorism, is kidnapping and armed robbery. Those 2 issues, they depend likely on civilian participation in the information you give to the police. 80 to 90% of the information that the FBI uses and the police is from local people who will call anonymously to say that please check so and so, please check so and so. We don't have that in Nigeria.
Security consciousness is very, very vital to any society. It's not like doing Amebo. It's like securing everybody, because who are the criminals? The population of criminals or kidnappers or rapists, how many are they compared to the whole population? They are our enemies. Let us be conscious, report to the police. We must have also trust in the security agencies.
With the whole Boko Haram issue going on, I went to club, I saw the ladies, I saw the men, I even saw the military, dancing as on to another rest. And I'm like, if the same anybody is not likely, I think somebody like me can actually live peacefully in the country and live life after that, more than in Lagos State. So maybe can be a place that we can actually think outside the box and help. They need help, they need us, and we need to make it work.
While some of them highlighted the major security challenges that demand urgent attention by government, others speak on possible solutions.
It has been generally observed that Nigerians are not so security conscious. You have to be very, very observant when you see certain people around you. Look at them, know what they are doing so that you could pass such information to security agencies. I want us to act as agents of change in terms of security awareness.
We must share security. We must discuss security. Security is not gossiping. Security is not gossiping. It takes a lot of intelligence for you to be in this room.
Speaking with SuperScreen News, the Director General of the Institute, Tony Ofoyeta, said it is the Institute's vision to raise security specialists who can stand the test of time.
We are looking forward to a more security conscious nation, especially in view of the insurgents in the country. We expect that people will become more and more conscious of security within their environment, and even the practitioners themselves will be more professional. We'll tilt towards better academic and professional impartation. We'll read more, we'll study more, attend more courses, seminars and training that will help them in service delivery. So we are expecting that over the years it can only improve and be better.
If Nigeria must be secure, then the time has come for all citizens to rise up to the task ahead by contributing their quota to nation building, of course through dissemination of information to the appropriate quarters. Adenike Owoye Ajiboye, SuperScreen News.
The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, may declare a former Plateau State Governor, Jonah Jang, wanted following alleged failure to appear for interrogation in connection with alleged 5.6 billion naira fraud. Report says the cash belonging to the state was allegedly embezzled during Jang's tenure. ICPC officials said Jang allegedly received 2 billion naira in cash illegally out of the money which was allocated to micro, small and medium enterprises. The ex-governor was invited through both the offices of the Senate President and the clerk to the National Assembly, but he allegedly refused to honor ICPC summons. ICPC said the commission has been on the trail of the former governor, now a senator, since October 2017, when it opened investigation into alleged corruption-related activities in his tenure. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, says the recently sacked special advisor to the president and chairman of the Presidential Amnesty Program, Brigadier General Paul Boro, is in its custody as investigations of fraud leveled against him continues. The spokesman for the EFCC, Wilson Uwojaren, who disclosed this, said he could not confirm if $9 million was recovered from a suspect when his house was searched. Addressing to journalists at a press conference in Abuja on Wednesday, Ibinye Boro, who is the wife of the suspect, said no money was recovered from the property. Ibinye said their home was ransacked and doors were broken, but the anti-graft agency did not find any cash in the house. 5 students of the College of Education, Kangere in Bauchi State, have reportedly died following the outbreak of cholera in the institution. Report says the outbreak of the disease was caused by the dirty environment of the institution. The college's public relations officer, Balakawu, who confirmed the outbreak of the disease, said only 1 student died in the process. Kawu maintained that 34 students who had been infected were taken to the cholera camp at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Teaching Hospital in Bauchi for treatment. He said the state government has been alerted to the outbreak of cholera at the College of Education, Kangere. The National University Commission, NUC, says there is need to reform the education sector to fast-track Nigeria's transition from natural resources to a knowledge-based nation. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Rashid Abubakar, gave the charge at a workshop with the theme Proposed Higher Education Reform and Africa Centers of Excellence Impact, held in Abuja. He noted that investing in higher education is centered to all things, assuring of the Commission's commitment to work with the Ministry of Education and all the stakeholders to help address the issue of academic corruption.
We are worried that unless we begin to sit down and plan about how to educate this number over the next 30 years, how to feed these coming young Nigerians, how to give them or extend health care to them.
In his address, the World Bank representatives, Andreas Blom, reaffirmed the bank's work continuous cooperation with Nigeria, stressing the need for increased autonomy of institutions as well as capacity building.
Governance, as has already been mentioned, increasing the autonomy of institutions, reduce political influence. For me, that's absolutely critical. Education is not a political tool. There is a clear objective, there are clear outcomes to be had.
You're watching SuperScreen News at 12. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll take some news from the business world. Stay with us. Welcome back, and now for some business stories. The implementation of the whistleblower policy by the federal government has so far raked in 9.12 billion naira into the government coffers. The Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, disclosed this after the Federal Executive Council meeting. Adeosun gave a breakdown of the figures as 7.8 billion naira, $378 million, and 27,800 pounds, even as controversy has continued to dog the policy, which came into effect in 2017. The minister was however silent on how much the government has doled out as commission to some of the whistleblowers who made the recoveries very possible. Finance Minister Kemi Adeosun says 1.248 trillion naira had been released for capital projects under the 2017 budget. Adeosun disclosed this to journalists at the end of the Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. She said the final update she gave is the level of capital releases till date from 2017 and gave details of the 4 areas. The minister said Power, Works and Housing got 301.89 billion, Defense got 151.2 billion, Agriculture got 119.9 billion, and Transport got 127.9 billion, while others are combined at 545.6 billion. So the total budget released for 2017 so far is 1.248310 trillion. Now, all producing communities in the Niger Delta have stormed the National Assembly, decrying the disparities in payments of tenement rate by Shell Nigeria. The protesters, who mounted a blockade at the entrance of the National Assembly, said some of them are paid the agreed sum of 600,000 naira annually, and others receive 200,000 annual. The spokesperson of the group, Ezekiah Odede, decried the imbalance in payment and called on the necessary parties to address the matters.
The issue is this, that by the Land Use Act 1970, the Land Use Decree 1978, the rent, the oil is being produced have a rent. The federal government instituted that law. Now, when the crudes are being drilled, that area they acquired, there is a rent to pay.
We'll take a break now. When we return, it'll be time for some foreign news and some sports stories. Stay with us.